Good morning, YouTube and all who inhabit it. Today I'm bringing you my current zombie deck list. I more just play this for fun. It's not supposed to be anything serious. I don't think zombies could actually do a whole lot in GOAT format anyways. But, whoopsies. For starters, we have triple Pyramid Turtle, the heart and soul of the deck. I don't run Vampire Lord. I think it's pretty bad, actually, in this format. It's good against trap cards, but really just gets ran over by Thousand Eyes Restricts and Chaos Monsters all day long. Other than that, it's not very good. It ties with things and beast down that it shouldn't have to worry about, and outside of just the occasional Sakura Armor, Mirror Force, Torrent, and Ring of Destruction, it's really not great, and it loses really hard to Pokemon. So I do run 2 Spirit Reaper. I really like this card because this card always forces the opponent to use a card. It either gets the immediate out of their hand or forces them prematurely use like a Book of Moon or Scapegoat, whatever it might be. Spirit Reaper always forces at least one card. So I do run double Spirit Reaper, big fan of that. 1 Cokie. This gets over Chaos Sorcerers, beats BLS, ties with Monarchs, gets around DD Warrior Lady. Really no reason not to have this. Definitely a much better card in this format than Vampire Lord in my opinion. And here's an odd pick, a Deskuda. I run 1 copy, mostly because I just enjoy the advantage that it brings, rather the loss advantage that I may get that this brings allows me to get that 1 card back, which could always be very crucial. With this, I also do run Giant Rat's another target for Giant Rat, as well as the Pyramid Turtles. Giant Rat is there just specifically to search those out, and with that, I also run 1 copy of Exile Force to get around any problem monsters. I also run the water package, which is going to be 2 Abyss Soldier, Tribe Infecting Virus, Sister Serpent, Mobius, and a really odd card, Penguin Soldier. I just really wanted more water monsters, which is why I'm running Penguin Soldier, to make Abyss Soldier more effective. Penguin Soldier's flip effect is also nothing to sneeze at. It gets around Thousand Eyes Restricts. It can take out 3 Scapegoats on its own. There are a few things that this card can do, little niche things. Mobius is one of my favorite cards of the format. I always find myself side decking 2, even 3 copies, and they're always in Game 2 and Game 3. Sometimes it's just hard to question why I don't just main deck 2 copies in every single deck. I'm a huge fan of Mobius, but I didn't want to run more than 1 copy because I don't want to run too many high-level monsters, especially when there's not a whole lot I like sacrificing in this deck. So that's why I run that and everything at those numbers. Then I run 1 Sangan, 1 Hand, 1 Sacred Phoenix. Sacred Phoenix can be a very dead draw, but I think it gives this deck a lot of utility. Clearing up back row and kind of running over stuff that I otherwise wouldn't have. Hand mixes pretty well. Plays always go Pyramid Turtle or Giant Rat into Deskuda, get the draw from Deskuda, summon hand, and then sacrifice both for Phoenix, so I don't actually lose that card advantage from having to sacrifice that 1 card. Not much to say there. Sacred Phoenix isn't the best of cards, but I do like the way it works in this deck. That is it for the monsters. For the spells, I run a triple Book of Moon. I think it's just the best card possibly in the format. Best spell card at least. Being able, well, outside of the really good ones, but being able to save my monsters, my recruiters especially, from Thousand Eyes Restrict and things of that sort, really just invaluable. I don't know, not a whole lot that we can said that hasn't already been said about Book of Moon in the past, but 3 copies of that. 2 copies of Scapegoat to help fill up the field if I'm ever being threatened and act as sacrifice for Hand of Nephthys. It also combos well with the 2 copies of Creature Swap that I run. So Creature Swap obviously from Pyramid Turtles, Sangan, Giant Rat, Scapegoats, Serpent if I need to. Get just some extra damage in there, I'll get back next turn. It does what it does. Really no reason to explain any of these cards in the zombie deck. Then I run 1 copy of Book of Life to go with the zombie package that I have. I don't run more copies because I think it can be a very dead draw. I'm not a huge fan of dead draws, which is a lot of decks. You'll see I omit main decking Nobleman of Crossout. Not a huge fan of that card. especially in tournaments where I know it's going to be a huge diversity of decks I play, and a lot of it's going to end up being some kind of beatdown deck. Nobleman's instantly a dead draw. It's kind of situational. For me, Nobleman's more of a side deck card, really. But same thing with Book of Life is why I don't want to run too many of those. I run the one Pot of Greed, Duo, Charity, Storm, Premature, Snatch, Steal, and MST. And that wraps up for the spells. For the traps, I have one Mirror Force, Ring of Destruction, Torrential Tribute, one Called Haunted, and here I was a little torn between Dust Tornadoes, or what I decided to run was triple Trap Dust Shoot. Trap Dust Shoot itself is best. It's one of the best cards for hitting things like Tsukiyomi, where typically if they only have one copy, they won't attack because one Tsukiyomi is extremely important. They don't want to give up their advantage with that one. Hits Serpent. It's one of the few cards that deals with Serpent and the advantage that can gain. It hits Chaos Monsters in the hand, which is a huge thing. Otherwise, it was hard to choose Trap Dust Shoot over Dust Tornado because Dust Tornado clears back rows that would otherwise harm my recruiters, things of that nature. But I'm also running the Sacred Phoenix, so I did opt out on the triple copies of Dust Shoot instead of Dust Tornado, or any copies of Dust Tornado, Sakura's Armor, any combination thereof. But that's my zombie deck. Let me know what you think, and have a great day. Bye.